Party Monday, oh yeah, Party Monday. Get excited for Party Monday. G'day Scorpion Sport, welcome to the stream. Hello Awesome Guy, Oogly, Topless, Frog Jim, what's happening champions? Champions! Hey Alex MF, welcome. Mini MF, we commence. Painting for another wonderful day. Can you tell me? Oh, say you can, but you don't know. Can you tell me? Alright, it's time to do some painting, friends. Had a great day today. We're going to talk about what I did today a little bit later on. It's going to be an exhaustive review of my day. But for the moment, g'day Red Dragon. For the moment, we're just going to get stuck straight in and do some painting. I think that's the GO. G'day Celery, Okabanoba, Opicanoba, pretty close. Alright, bit of peanut butter, where are you? My favourite colour, peanut butter, love it. Never dip the tie in the palette, mate, sacrilegious. Gryffindor tie. How dare you? Nah, never come close, mate. It's not like the tie hangs over the pallet or anything. Oh, this is exciting. Alright, one more colour I think. That may be it there. Yeah. G'day Rob. Hey Joe Skynet from Spain. Hey, super cool, man. I saw that Pascal Blanche replied to your comment. That's pretty cool. Yes, it's Party Monday today. I haven't got a Party Monday beverage yet because I am waiting. Oh, it looks like I'm going to need to... I need to replace my water. Stand by 1 second. Hey, Danzaron. 1 second. So I did some good work on the diorama yesterday, which is exciting, and I'll show some pictures of that a little bit later on. But let's get into some painting, shall we? I'm excited. All right. So what I was thinking I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep tweaking this skin a little bit, and the way I'm going to do that is using some transparent colours, the Scale Fantasy range. Just want to tweak the colours a bit, smooth them out a little. So the diorama is underway, waiting on a few 3D printed bits to add to build up the Thanks, Penny. Build up the various details and structures of each section. So still a fair way to go yet before we have anything worth looking at, but this will give you a bit of an idea about the construction of the piece and how I'm visualising it. I'm going to show you some photos in a bit. Nick Jaguar. Hey, Paul. Hey, Paul. Do, 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 do. Alright, so I think I'm going to make these little things gold. Not really sure what they are, but gold feels like the right colour. And this little thing gold. Always believe in your gold. Yeah, it is an interesting little challenge, isn't it? Going back to the smaller scales when you've been painting predominantly bigger stuff for a while. It's been something I've been grappling with myself, but in a way, it's really neat, really nice to have that little bit of a challenge. Alright, so today was Twilight Imperium Day. Hooray! Finally had a game of Twilight Imperium, first time in a long time. So I'm very excited to talk about my game of Twilight Imperium. Very excited indeed. It's an epic, as always. Got some photos to go with it. Aha, Foxolotl. Welcome. No doubt watching some MasterChef as well. Yeah, love MasterChef. So yes, I think I've talked about TI before. Twilight Imperium, crazy game. Crazy game. So I'm going to give you a, not quite blow by blow, but I'm going to give you a battle report of today's game of Twilight Imperium. Because it was crazy game. Some awesome stuff happened. Little Hugo. The man. Little buddy. Yes, so Twilight Imperium, we had 4 players today. Not an optimal player count, really. Normally you want more than 4. Usually you want more like 5 or 6, but 4 is good. It's a very different type of game, actually. You'd almost prefer to have 3 players than 4, because 3 means there's some variation in the game, whereas 4, every turn, all of the options get taken. If you're not familiar with the games, what I'm saying won't make too much sense, but it's not ultra relevant to my story. Anyway, so I recently bought the Prophecy of Kings expansion, which is a new expansion for the game that released this year. And last year, and we haven't been able to actually play it yet. So we finally got to get it out on the board and give it a try, which was glorious. So we played quite a few games of it before, but we've never played with the expansion. So it changed up and made for quite an interesting experience with the variety of rules changes and little tweaks. But the main tweak was we all played different races, some of the expansion races that we've never played before, and added a few new mechanics. But I was playing a little race of explorers called the can't remember what they were called. Nazroka, something like that. Really cool little race. And my team, the way they play the game is they trundle around, exploring planets, looking for artifacts, and they have a big mechanized infantry that trundle around. And so my goal in the early game was just really a lot of expansion. I was just trying to move it out and around as much as I could, see as much as I could, and then see how the table lays. And it's such a crazy game, right, TI, because you spend the whole game trying not to be in front until you win. Because when you're in front, everyone just picks on you. Everyone's like, I'm going to fucking stop that guy winning the game. Fuck that guy. So you have to try and play the table. So you don't want to be in front, but at the same time, you don't want to be too far behind that you can't swoop in for the win. So it's a really interesting dynamic. It's just sort of similar to a lot of games, I guess, king-making games you might call them. But this one game today, we had the three other players all playing new races as well, and so we were a bit shell-shocked at all of the different races and all the things happening. Koki, who's been doing heaps of research on all the new factions, he trundled out to a very early lead, which is never wise in TI, right? G'day, Danny Saran. You never want to be in the lead in TI. So he went out and took Mechatol Rex, which is the planet right in the middle of this the galaxy. Took this early lead and was basically trying to play a power game. And it was interesting because that sort of strategy very rarely works, but we weren't sure how it would pan out in the new expansion. So Koki and I have this tradition when we play games together, which is basically we just try and fuck each other up as much as humanly possible. We'll just absolutely go hammer and tong on each other. Much of the amusement of everyone else who's just playing their best games. Here's us just going absolutely fucking crazy trying to smash each other. So my little race, I didn't have a lot of troops on the board or anything special going on, but the one thing I did have was these massive artifacts that allowed me to just change the ebb and flow of the game. I won't go too much into detail, but there was a couple of players that were so good. I was about to completely neuter Koki's game by stealing this card that he wanted to play. It was going to absolutely fuck him, and he was literally the very turn I was about to play it on him and stop him. He drew one of the only things that could save him, which I didn't know he had. So I played my card, played my gambit, and he played the card that he'd just drawn to stop me from stealing leadership from him and neutering his game for the next few turns. But he then countered with this amazing play, which is where he basically sent a huge fleet into my home system. It was a crazy ballsy move. When you take someone's home system, you basically prevent them from scoring any points. You can't score points when you don't control your home planet. So it was this crazy play where he's just come from nowhere, other side of the board, and taken my home planet away, so I couldn't score points. And I thought it was going to absolutely fuck me. Played this card called Infiltrate, which turns one of my little space docks, which is where I produce ships, and turned it into one of his space docks. So he'd landed on my planet, converted my people into his robot people, and then he produced on my home planet. He had a fucking giant Death Star standing above my home planet. Fuck me, it was bad. So bad. But I managed to claw it back. We had a glorious victory in the end. My team was very pleased. Oh, it was crazy. I'll show you a couple of photos actually. This is the board when it started. So this is the board at the start of the day on the green forces and my little home planet on the bottom left of the screen. Koki's the pink on the right hand side. Tobes and Wedgie on the other side. And the planet in the middle, Mechatile Rex, that's the one you got to capture. So very early on, I managed to get some boys on there, and it was looking okay for a little while. But then Koki pulled that move that absolutely stuffed me, and I was like, I was in trouble. But I had managed to stay close enough to him with the point scoring, and in the end, I got 2 gigantic Death Stars on my home base. On Mechatile Rex, and there they are, bringing me home to victory. The Death Stars. Rob, it is a ridiculously hard game to learn. So I mean, there is like 12 different unit types or 14 different unit types. All of them can be upgraded. Every different faction has their own rules. There's like 16 different technologies you can research. There's trade agreements you can have with other players where other players get to take like rules from your faction and use it on their faction. It's just it doesn't stop. But there's this really incredible game at the end of it if you can get through the learning curve. G'day, Rumble. Oh, Draxy. G'day, mate. Didn't see you there. Reed. Better turn my audio on. Reed. Draxy. Reed. Oh, thank you for all the follows, friends. Yes, doing a little bit of airbrushing to just smooth out my skin tones here. Trying to create some interesting textures but not overwhelm the piece. There's a lot of detail in the piece, so. Hey Jan! Oh, Commander Mittens, it's Party Monday. For those unfamiliar with the stream, on a Monday we sit down, we appreciate everything that we have in life. And today, Celery's back! And we just celebrate what a great time we're having here painting toy soldiers, and we do that by wearing a tie. You talk about the Cowboys game? I can't believe it. I was watching it. Which competition? Only for Aussies. You mean my subscribe competition? Hey, Tip Top, mate. Anyone can get on that. Thanks for the raid again, Draxy. Anyone at all. I sent the winner from last time was in the States. Afro Cleves. He was the winner from last time. Oh, Crystal Dragon. Yeah, Crystal Dragon. Thanks, Emerion Jones. Crystal Dragon is not an online competition. It's an in-person competition. So you need to bring your models physically to the competition. But it is open to anyone who does that. Wow, great times. Oh, awesome, Freezy. Yeah, I bought mine for like $60 as well. It's fucking mad. I reckon if not for Gloomhaven Online, Freezy, I wouldn't have bought Jaws of the Lion. But just playing it online recently has just made me so excited about playing Gloomhaven. I was like, I've got to get it. Alright, let me show you all a photo of the progress of the Camelot diorama. It's not much to speak of, but progress has been made, so. It's the airbrush, sorry. It's off now. Alright, yeah, so Camelot diorama. Good progress. I'm satisfied with the progress. Thus far. This is literally the only photo I've got. It's a little bit more progressed since then, but so I've started building up all the various areas, started placing models on things, using my hot wire cutter to cut things around. It looks like an absolute disaster at the moment, but I'm very, very pleased with how all of the models placement's coming. So once I get some more scenery bits in the next couple of days, I'll continue that. And yes, I think we'll be on track for a couple of weeks' time at this rate. Yeah, I must admit I had a little moment yesterday where I was looking at it and just going, holy shit, this is like going to take me such a long time. Well, there's no time pressures. I mean, I was thinking I wanted to get it done for QMHE this year, but if I don't get it done for QMHE, that's not really at all important. Don't know yet. I think white probably. Hey Draxy, you still there? You working on Curse City stuff, mate? wanted to find out what he thought of the models. So easy. That is a very good question, Frog Jim, and I will answer that with some serious thought, because it's an important question, I think. It's very easy to get the wrong plinth for a model. Really, really easy. There's no golden rule, there's no correct answer, but I do have some things I look for, some little triggers, little things that I think help, but I sometimes break those rules. So I'm going to grab this trick out. So the first thing I like to look at on a plinth is the width of the shoulders. So I find that if a model's shoulders are too narrow, like if the plinth is wider than the model's shoulders, looks wrong, doesn't look good. So you always want to have the plinth be narrower than the shoulders, but not so much so that it's uneven or it's too skinny. So that's usually a really good barometer. So that's the first thing I look for. The second thing is the height. So this one's an example of probably a plinth that's about a half an inch too short. You generally want the plinth to be about as tall as the model, maybe a little bit less in my experience. Again, just so you're not unbalancing the model. So when you've got the right width, the model doesn't look too small or too big. When you've got the right height, the model's placed here. So this one's an example of one where I think the plinth, again, is probably not a perfect plinth. This is not really the right shape for this model. So you've got the shoulder width thing sort of the right, and the height's about right, but the angles of this plinth aren't quite right for this model. She's got very curved things, so this probably would have been better served with a circular plinth as opposed to this angular one. So as you step into the actual finish and the color, there's dark models. I like to have a dark plinth. This thing, I've painted this black on this particular model. The plinth on this one's all black, the one that I'm working on now. This is not a plinth, but I just remembered I painted these and I wanted to show them. Cool. So there's a whole pile of models over in my cabinet that I could grab out, but the number one thing I've found is if your plinth's too big, too small, the model will look absolutely shithouse. So getting the right size is more important than the finish in my experience. I'll show you. I don't mean to pick on a dude who I know. His name's Andrew Judson. Lovely man. Loves painting. Loves his painting. But I'm going to show a plinth, and I told him I thought the plinth looked shit house on the model. So I'm not saying anything I haven't said to him before. Draxy, I don't really have a concrete answer for that. It depends on the environment and the feeling that I want the model to have. So with that Daphne model, the Rebel Alliance chick, I wanted her to have a very warm feeling, like she was on Mars. So I used orange to undercoat her. On this one, I'm trying to pay homage to another model, which is I've done in blue. So it's sort of similar to that other model. So there's no real wrong answer. I think there can be a all right, here we go. I think you can go pretty okay. There we go. It's a good angle. Yeah, so this one was about having the environment feel like Natalia's version. So this is an example of a plinth where I think he actually changed the plinth. Yeah, no. So I don't feel like this plinth worked perfectly. I feel like the plinth maybe is dominating the model a little bit, and it's particularly more evident on some other angles. This is one where the finish doesn't work for me, but the actual plinth itself, the size isn't too bad. It's probably a little bit too big overall, and I feel like it can detract a little bit. I said that to why I said I think it's a little bit too big. G'day, Sharkwall. Alright, let's do that in brown. Lazarus Live, welcome. I don't think I really answered your question all that well, Drax. Let me think about it a bit more. I don't really worry too much about the undercoat or the colours that I base coat a model with, because it's uncommon for that colour to be too similar to the finished product. But one thing I think you do see is that ambience, the environment, the feeling come through. So I want there to be some tones of blue all throughout this model that are maybe just a little bit otherworldly, a little bit unexplainable. But if I wanted to feel like a desert environment, you could undercoat in yellow, you could undercoat in white. There's not really a wrong answer to what colour you undercoat something. Hey, so tell me, I don't know if you guys saw this, but there's a new series that came out on Netflix, like on Friday, called Sand and Bone or something, Blood and, I don't know. Sand and Bone, maybe? Does anyone know what it's about? Is it based on a book series or something? Just saw the trailer. Yeah, Shadow and Bone, that's it. Looked fucking legit. Nah, go watch the trailer, Daz, you dickhead. It looks fucking cool. Oh, is it? Okay. Okay. Book series, based on a book series or something, or? Cool. Alright. Well, as Daz would know, I fucking love watching anything, so get amongst it. Well, now that Falcon and Winter Soldier's finished, I've got to find something new to get super hyped about watching. I don't feel like painting toy soldiers. Yeah. Invincible, yeah. I'm starting to hear a bit too much about that show for me to avoid it for much longer. I I liked it. I liked the last Falcon and Winter Soldier. I don't reckon it made me as giddy as WandaVision finale did, because everything was a bit telegraphed. If you've watched the show, you will know what I mean. Didn't really do anything surprising or crazy. Oh, if it's on Carnival Rose level, I'm in. That was a great show. The one observation I have about the finale of Falcon and Winter Soldier, comic book uniforms don't always translate as well in real TV, movies, etc. Yeah, Wheel Time Wampa! Yeah! Get in. How good's it going to be? A certain character's uniform that was revealed in the final episode was just a big swing and miss for me. A huge swing and miss. Looks cool in the comics, but nope. Nope. Did they? Yeah. Yep. Yeah, there's just a few things about the finale that felt, it felt like? It felt like a TV show trying to be like a movie. You know how, you watch TV shows and they try to hit the same emotional notes, but they can't quite manage it. It was trying, but it just wasn't there. Yeah, how cool does the trailer look, right? It just popped up on Netflix. I was like, what the fuck? That looks fucking sick. Don't get me wrong. I thought the whole show was brilliant, and for people unfamiliar with the comic book storylines, the US agent storyline was absolutely banging and on point, and it's still probably ended up being better than WandaVision overall, but it didn't quite land the finale as well as WandaVision did, I don't believe. Well, that's a hot take from Topulus. Never even thought of that. Should have been X and the White Wolf, you reckon? I actually felt like, I haven't said anything, felt like Bucky's plot was actually better than Sam's. I liked his character arc better. Yeah, he just seems to resonate more. Anyway, I recommend both. It's like I'm sure I recommend the shit out of Loki as well. Yeah, interesting takes from Oogly there. WandaVision being the preference. I was absolutely humming to watch each episode of WandaVision that came out. When I reflected on the whole, it was great, but I think it wasn't as I don't know. I was left at the end of WandaVision just going, this felt like a setup for another movie at the end of it. Whereas Falcon Winter Soldier felt like a story, self-contained story in and of itself. That wasn't leading into something else. Yeah. Don't think you'll get your wish, mate. Yeah, Wampa was talking about fucking Wheel of Time before. Don't know if any of you have heard about it, but Amazon is making a TV show based on the Wheel of Time. Wheel of Time being one of my favourite book series when I was growing up. It's probably not my favourite book series these days. I think the Dresden Files has maybe overtaken it. But it's still the only book series I have tattooed on my body, so... G'day, Flick! How are you, mate? Thank you. Yeah, I think it's easy to do that with Wheel of Time if you're not someone who enjoys meandering storylines. I was saying to my girlfriend that one of the reasons I like Wheel of Time is absolutely because it's got 14 books in it. Absolutely, I love TV shows that have like 10 seasons, whatever. Because sometimes I feel like we don't spend enough time with the denouement, the story, the characters, and seeing what happens. And then there's the other component, which is I read shit so fucking quickly. Like I read so many books so quickly. It takes me a long time to finish a Wheel of Time, and it's nice to immerse yourself in something like that for a long time. Yeah, book 6 is the best. I am the Lord of the Morning. They will pay. I would challenge that and say that I think book 9, although a far worse book overall, has a better final chapter than book 6. Yeah, that's the one. The Battle for Dumais Wells, it's called. Yeah, book 7 was honestly the first 6 books are primo. Book 7 was a bit of a struggle. Book 8 was possibly the worst in the series. Book 9 was a real struggle to get through until the last chapter, and I thought, yes, he's found his stride back again. And then book 10 was also fucking terrible. Yeah. Then book 11 started to make the comeback, and Jordan stopped at book 11. So book 12, book 13, book 14 are all Brandon Sanderson, and you can genuinely feel the tempo increase in those books. And it's interesting, I was actually thinking the other day, I would quite happily read any of those first 6 books right now and love them. I haven't had that much interest in rereading A Memory of Light or the other ones, and I wonder if that's just because, as good as Sanderson did, he just didn't quite land it. Don't know. Like, I loved it when I read them, particularly the second and third books he wrote. But it was an interesting to read different characters. G'day, Kurhin High. Is just something not quite the same reading those books, you know. Voice, the feeling, just a little bit askew. This gold one, I'm not sure I understand your question. What sort of colour is it? It's just a couple of different colours. I've got this one here, which is ochre brown, and then I've highlighted up with yellow ochre, and then ice yellow. Those are the main colours for the gold. But I just did a contrast paint over the top of it, cyan and yellow. G'day, Caddick Paradox. Yeah. There's a lot of just like little things I wanted more of. Like, I felt the final chapter was nowhere near of enough closure for me. I was like, fucking tell me more. Hey, thanks Cerberus76. I'm glad to know that I'm an inspiration for you, mate, because I'm also an inspiration for me. Go team. You know what, I'm just going to actually go and grab myself a beverage. It's Party Monday. I'm not modest. Hey, Wampa, let's talk about... Yeah, the final chapter was written by Jordan. He wrote it well before he passed away. But, great, I'm glad. But it almost felt like it hamstrung Sanderson from telling maybe a story that he would have told that might not have been better, but just would have felt more true to who he was and his voice. We're celebrating Party Monday with a whiskey tonight, friends. A cinnamon whiskey. Cinnamon whiskey. Cheers. Party Monday. Love it. I tell you what. Many people who've never watched rugby league watch it for the first time and just go, what the fuck are these guys doing? Like, they're absolute nutcases. Okay. Let's think for a moment. Oof, that goes straight through that cinnamon whiskey, straight to the pit of the stomach. Love it. In a good way. Okay, so I was sort of thinking about these feathers the other night. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to do them in pastel blue. I like Dave Colwell's version of this bust. I was thinking about it today as I was mulling over how I'm going to continue painting this model. I really like Dave's version. A lot of nuance, a lot of subtlety. He's a very good painter, Dave. Don't ever tell him I said that. He'll never let me live it down. Alright, so we've got to think about how we want to. Ah, thanks, Ashilwen. We've got to think about how we want to make Natalia's feel. How we want to evoke Natalia's version. What do we want to do to this version? Do we think that the spiral pattern on the cloak would be something that could look good to try and replicate? Yeah, we're going to probably do glowing face paint, like the white face paint like hers. Hey, thanks Cerberus. What a champion. You're going in the draw to win this model that I painted on stream from the recent Kickstarter. And I painted all of the back of it too. Hey, good work team. How fucking awesome was it that Masculines was on the stream the other day? Flick, I don't know if you're still around, man, but fucking legit, Mark Masculines just rocks up the other night. Hey fucking Deno, how you going, man? Oh, g'day Mark Masculines, one of the top 3 painters in the fucking world. How you going, pal? Yeah, pretty similar. It's pretty similar to that. Bit less of Australian accent though. It was so great. Oh, thanks, Edo Kaufman. Thank you. Do you know, I'm actually really proud of the fact that I've been streaming now for 3 months actually. February, March, April. Yeah, 3 months. Woohoo! A 3-month anniversary's been and gone. And I haven't yet once dropped a C-bomb on stream. I'm really pleased with myself. What an achievement. Ah, thanks Darius Miniatures. I shan't be. Ah, thank you, Sergi, CJ20. Maybe we'll do it on Deno Up Late one time. On my OnlyFans. Oh, thanks, mate. Yeah, so believe it or not, these actually move, and she's going to be putting paint on her face. Yeah, he's good, man. Sergi's so great. He's just... I love the fact that he just comes from a place of absolute joy of painting. Like he's... I won't say he's like me. I wonder if it's fair to say I'm like Sergio, or maybe we both prioritise the same thing, which is just having a good time, enjoying the painting. It's just, yeah, very, very cool. All right, Cappy bases. So yes, let's discuss the. Thanks Voodoo Von Acid Bath. Let's discuss the Natalia model down the bottom left, and what we can do. So at the moment, what I was leaning towards was just trying to do that similar spiral pattern on the outer cloak. No UV lights, mate. If you're talking about my one, the one that I'm painting here, that's a no. I'm not sure what Natalia did with hers actually. Maybe she did. Yeah. So how can we replicate without just fucking directly copying. I think white, the white face paint, the glowing white might be the go. That's it. You need to create a lot of information. I love Sergio. Yeah, I think we'll maybe go like black pattern, like really full zebra look. Should be fun. If you want my pick of Sergio's projects, by the way, the fairy that he paints on the flower is a really good project, and he did Maddox as well. The barbarian that I painted, and his Maddox is really great. So if you're not sure which projects to check out, I recommend those two. That'll give you a really good solid idea about what Sergio's about. But his Hilda project that he's working on at the moment is great. Zebra would tie into Angry Bird, you're right. That could be the go. Mate, I can understand your perspective, and to talk about this model for a moment. What a magnificently sculpted model to do something that is so wild and out there, like Natalia's version, is almost like not being respectful of the model. But I think it's always that thing with art. It's so subjective, and it's always interesting when something makes you feel something. And I remember the first time I saw that model, I thought to myself, I would literally never paint this model like this ever in a million years. And it just made me feel like, just wow, how cool is it that people can have such different interpretations of models. So I agree with you, but this model almost feels sacrilegious to do something like that too. But it certainly made me feel something. So just the cloak, the yellow bits, the orangey bits rather. That used to be the case, Rob. It's not anymore. Lucas has basically changed his model now that it's not based on number of copies sold now. It's based on a time. So you have 48 hours to buy the model. There's no cap on the number of models he sells. But he did used to do limited runs. No, it wasn't limited. It was limited by number of orders, by the time. He just has a 48-hour period. And he'll make as many as people want to buy. And it's really interesting from a marketing perspective. You'd have to wonder would he be as popular if he hadn't created that artificial scarcity in the first place in the early days? I'm inclined to think that he would have, because he's masterful, right? But yeah, you just have to wonder. Well, back in the day, everyone used to stay up just to try and get a copy. Well, in Australia anyway, you had to stay up, otherwise you wouldn't get shit. If you waited till you woke up, everything was sold out. I don't know if many of you were at Monty in 2018, but Best in Show, Lucas won Best in Show. Normally a Best in Show is like some crazy sculpted piece with one of the great sculptors, and then one of the great painters has done a paint job of it. And Best in Show was won by Lucas's display, just sculpting, just the pure artistic magnificence of the sculpting. And the whole room just erupted. When he won. It's great. Sergi, are you talking about this particular model that I'm painting, or are you talking about the painted version, or are you talking about just the bust, the model itself? I'm still perplexed. So if you're talking about my painted version, I'll probably sell this for somewhere around $300 US ballpark, I would think, including shipping. But yeah, this particular model, if you're talking about just this model, where to buy this model unpainted, it was about 30 to 40 euros, but I don't think you can buy it anymore. That's alright, Wampa. It's just nice having you here, mate. I like you being here. Get up! Get up, you cowbies! That's 3 on the trot. Yep. Yeah, so my version painted would be about 300, depending on who you buy from and all those things. You may find someone who does it for cheaper. You may probably find most people would be a little more expensive, but yeah, about 300 is what I would sell this for. Oh, I think we'll do the zebra pattern on the cloak. I think we'll try and just do something similar to the zebra pattern on Natalia's, maybe not quite as full on. And yeah, I think we'll do white paint. We'll do white face paint. Let's do that. That sounds cool. Oh yeah, that's cool. That's a cool read. I like it. Did you ever read, this is going back a long, long time now, book series about Native American tribes? It was called, well, the first one, the only ones I read was People of the Wolf, People of the Flame, People of the Fire or something, People of the Wolf. It's by, I think it was by a couple. It's going back now, I'm trying to remember these. G'day, inhabitant of Carcosa! Played a game of Arkham Horror Living Collectible Card Game the other week where we visited Carcosa. It was great. We finished, mate. It's not that long a game. It doesn't take that long. We use this little online thing called the Extra Computer. It's a little I don't know, little app thing that a dude wrote that just lets you keep track of the turns and stuff a lot easier. I reckon it shaved 2 hours off the first game we ever played. Just really, really sped everything up. And yeah, since the first game we've played, I mean, I think we would normally play a game of TI with 3 or 4 players in 4 hours. A little bit more for some of the larger player counts, but yeah, it's not as long a game as some people might think. Some people may struggle, but we've never struggled to play it in a reasonable time. Today's game went for 5 hours, 4 players, including a lunch break. Which admittedly is still a fairly long time. It's called Twilight Imperium Extra Computer. Very, very good. Yeah, it's really, really good. Like we absolutely blitzed through the game today, even with all the new rules and stuff, and with a dude who hadn't played for a while. Can you tell me? Oh, no, you don't know. Finally got my girlfriend back into community last night. Finally. We watched the first season and she was like, "It's a great show, I love it." You know how season 2 in Community just gets a bit weird? How every couple of episodes there's always like some crazy shit happening. It's a bit straight up and down. My girlfriend, she's like, "I don't like this anymore. I don't want to watch it." Oh, it gets really good. She's like, "Nah." Cool. Guess we'll watch something else. But yeah, we watched the episode of season 3. The random chance episode with the dice where they sit down to play Yahtzee. The Darkest Timeline. Fuck. Classic episode. I liked Bridgerton. It was pretty good. It's pretty good, actually. It's pretty good, yeah. Ooh. Is this going to be like the time you either went to the Titans a few years ago, you reckon? Doubt it. I wouldn't want him either, mate. Natalia. So hey Plank. We're gonna do some airbrushing after this. I'm sure it shocks all of you to know. After I fill this bit in so that we can create some homogeneous looking stuff. You know me, friends, love an airbrush. Love a cheeky airbrush. Yes, you're all very fucking amusing, aren't you? Fucking shut my stream off, you fuckwits. Go paint toy soldiers by myself. Put up with this bullshit. For a change, it wasn't Flick. What chum dabs? Haha. I am going to use an airbrush, mate. Oh, Rob, you're a fuckwit too, mate. Did you know that? I don't care how many subs you gift out to Mark Masklins, you're still a fuckwit. What song am I singing? Sex on the beach. We don't like sending out stilettos. Oh, oh. You can travel the world, but nothing comes close to the Golden Coast. Once you party with us, you'll be falling in love. Oh, oh. California girls, you're undeniable. Fine, fresh, fierce, we got it on lock. West Coast represent, now put your hands up. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Thank you, Voodoo Von Acid Bath. It is my privilege and pleasure to welcome you to the stream today. And I apologise for singing Katy Perry. Ben, I will actually kill you, mate. Like, you know, physically you are going to be in the same space as me in a few months' time. Just be cognizant of that. Just. Oh. Alright, I'm gonna need a fucking drink. I need to get more cinnamon whiskey. Fuck. Very good, very good. It's Fireball whiskey, mate. There's a little boy waiting at the counter of a corner shop. He's been waiting down there, waiting half the day. His dreams walk in and out, they never stop. He's been pushed around, knocked to the ground. He gets to his feet and he says, "What about me? It isn't fair. I've had enough, now I want my share. Can't you see? I want to live. But you just take more than you give. What about me? I'm gonna kill Ben. What about me?" Thank you all, yes. What's on Nalsy's Facebook page? Is it about his disgraceful soul patch? He really needs to do something about that. I'll tell you right now that High School Musical, there's a gap in my knowledge there. Absolute fact. Topulus, I will kill you as well, mate. I will come to your house. I found your Twitter account. I know what your real name is. I'm going to come to you. I'm going to teabag the shit out of you. And I love Zac Efron. Like, the guy's living in Byron Bay now. He's just chopping up his missus from Byron. What a fucking legend. Ah, here's another Shannon. Hello, Shannon from Hyperface Studios. Fellow Australian. Fellow fan of people named Shannon. What about me? It isn't fair. I've had enough, now I want my share, can't you see? I want to live. But you just take more than you give. I hate you. What about me? Oh. Try everything. I messed up tonight. I lost another fight. Birds don't just fly, they fall down and get up. Nobody learns. I'll give it once. I won't give up, no, I won't give in till I reach the end, and then I'll start again. No, I won't believe. I wanna try everything, I wanna try even though I can fail. Bow, 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 bow. You better spend your points. Hey friends, you should all follow Shannon, the actual painter who just came into the chat. Hyperphase Studios, I believe he does stream a bit. You do it on here, mate, or you do it on YouTube, or what? Cool, mate. We all have those. My issues usually stem from the fact that I just have massive big dick energy that needs to just be calmed the fuck down. Yeah, do your own shit out, mate. I'm in the painting flow at the moment. Yeah, that too. I'll take whatever energy I can get. Fair enough, pal. Thanks, buddy minis. I'm going well. Awesome, Shannon. I'm glad to hear, mate. Let's do some airbrushing. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, look, buddy, just so you know, mate, it is Party Monday. It's tradition on Big Dano's stream on a Monday night that everyone gets dressed up. You probably can't see this, but everyone else that's on the stream is dressed up, wearing a tie, having a great night. So hopefully you'll join us next time. Fuck you. Look, man, I never said black tie. You fucking dickhead. This airbrush needs a clean, and these AK 3rd gen paints do a little bit of weird stuff through the airbrush that I'm not sure on yet. It's okay. If you order a limo just to come to your house to pick you up to drive around to watch me in a stream, because if you did, I will give you a free song. Let's use some magic blue, or as I like to call it, Azul Magico. Big Deno says to himself, wow, this fucking airbrush needs a good clean. Better fucking use it again. Azul Magico. Buddies Minis, the Game Air range is a little bit more satin than normal paints, and so they generally probably wouldn't be something I would normally recommend as a starting airbrush colour, but they are really good through an airbrush, so from that sense I do recommend them. But you just need to be aware that they can dry a little bit satiny. Please do. Which one? Which one did I paint? The one that I painted. I'm in my airbrushing flow, mate. I will come back to you, I promise. Fuck, I'm trying to remember what dude it is now. Ah, yeah, I know the one. Yep. One of Raphael Pica's ones. Yeah, I gave that away at... When did I give that away? I don't remember. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I think I just gave that to her a couple of years ago. I don't remember. I've painted a fuck ton of models, man, so... But that's cool, I like that dude. Yeah, Raphael Pica sculpt, FER Miniatures. His name was Firestarter, I think. Firestarter? That may have just been what I called mine. Had big scars on the side of his head. G'day, Miss Jana. How are you? Only a little bit of the back. Not really enough to count. I'm glad to hear that, mate. Alright, let's do a matte varnish and see how everything looks. Shall we? And then we'll have a look at Mini MF's skeleton that he's asked for feedback about 17 times for. What do you think about that idea, mate? Party Monday. Well, there's a little boy waiting at the counter of the corner shop. Been waiting down there, waiting at the desk. The trees walking and now he never stopped. Being pushed around. You're a bastard. Fuck you, Ben. Knocked to the ground. He gets to his feet and he screams, "What about me?" It isn't fair. I've had enough now. More my share, can't you see? I wanna live. You just take my word. You just take my word. You did. What about Ben? I'm gonna kick his fucking ass. Ooh, that was fun. Go dinner. Firing up, son. Because of Shannon Null. I'd never tease you for it, mate. So we definitely need to go back in and re-add the shadows, but I like it. Good, buddy. I probably would have teased you actually a little bit, I think. In a good-natured human pest of a way. You know, just like the type of person who's just the worst human being on the planet. Kind of way. Like that. Alright, let's have a look at MiniMF's skeleton that he painted. You know, I forgot to post on Instagram that I was fucking having a go today on the Twitch. What an idiot. Don't worry guys, that's a normal business. That's a slow day for Big Dino. On the things there. Alright, let's have a look. Reprint or repaint, mate? Thank you, whoever just followed that I can't see because I'm looking at this Instagram picture from MiniMF. I like it, mate. I think you did really well on the rust. I think it still reads as metal and looks like rusted metal. Really good job. Really, really good job. I would like it, and it's hard to see with the photo, but I'd like it if I could see, you know, just some little sparkle like lights on the edges of the metal. I feel like that would just make it, you know, pop, but it looks really good. The cloak's not my favourite. I like the texture, but I don't like the colour as much. I feel like it reads a little bit too similar value to everything else on the piece. I would have liked it to be maybe a little bit darker. The base is fine. The snow's pretty good. It's pretty good snow. Overall, I feel like if you turn this picture into black and white, you would have a similar valued piece. And so there's not really one area that really sticks out at me other than maybe the spear tip. So I could, you know, I could criticize that and say maybe you could have made the skull or the eyes pop out a little bit more. Maybe the photo would be hard. I'd like to see it in the flesh, really. But mate, that's something you should be really proud of. It's a great model, and here is a great example of the value of practice, friends. So good for you, champion. Good for you. No, it's good. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's dry this friend off. Alright, we're gonna add some deep shadows. And we're gonna use my favourite colour for that. I have about 11 favourite colours. This one's Arbuckle's Brown by Fantasy. We might even grab some Chimera Blue while we're at it actually and use a bit of black. We're gonna try Super Zoom again now. Super Zoom. Alright, let's see camera. Are you ready for this? Evidently no. Shannon, this is a Sony AX33 Handycam and it's being run through an Elgato Cam Link. It's quite good. Quite good indeed. You can see a lot of texture there, friends. So, but I feel like at this level, the texture is always more evident. And he's on the money. Just keep painting. If he keeps painting the way he's painting, he's going to be painting better than me very, very quickly. Very quickly indeed. I bet you he is actually. She's sitting here painting, listening to Big Deno waffle on. He'll catch me one day, mate. Especially if I keep trying to do fucking projects like this fucking Camelot. What a dickhead that is. What a dickhead of an idea. No, the base construction is underway. Travelling okay. G'day, Macca. Yep. Just gonna get into the grind. All I want to do is actually start painting, right? That's the thing I'm just frothing to do, but I feel like the result will be less impressive if I give in to my base instincts now. Just need to wait until the base is built. Feel like I have a better understanding of what I'm trying to do and where each model is in the environment, and then I think I can start. Shannon, it's looking good, mate. At this stage, it looks like I'll be running it again. And the early signs are promising. The biggest issues will be around whether we can get the same venue for our particular component of the competition, and if so, what that looks like under social distancing guidelines. But yeah, at this stage, mate, looking like we will be having some sort of competition. Yeah, so go us. But yeah, unfortunately, that probably means I won't be entering the competition. So Colwell gets to avoid me for another year. We don't get to have the Battle Royale that we've been hoping to have. Yeah. So that's the thing, we just won't know until CanCon organisers announce a venue. What it's going to look like. Hey Benny, I don't know if you were here the other night. Shannon, I guess, as well. Anyone else who wasn't here. But we actually had Mark Maslins come onto the chat and have a little chin wag. Pretty awesome. Oh, mate. Oh, yeah, it was unreal. Yeah, he just wanted to pop by. I'm buying a model from him, so he was like, oh, hey man, I saw you streaming, so I thought I'd swing past. Yeah, pretty cool. Mopatron was a magnificent game. Absolutely magnificent. I had a win using one of the new races. A lot of exploring. Distant planets. Finding of artifacts. It was glorious. Lamdefew, thank you for the follow. Yes, and I'm pleased to say that Mark agreed with me wholeheartedly when I said, what is the thing that you attribute your skills to, Mark? And he basically was just like, oh look, everything you've ever said, Big Geno, about painting, mate, it's all true. I said, thank you, Mark. So it's all about hard work and practice and good feedback. I was like, look, Mark, what can I say other than I agree with everything that you're saying because I said it. Actually, he still hasn't messaged me. Still hasn't messaged me, the pest. He'll get around to it, I'm sure. He did disagree with me on Varnish. That's okay, I got Colwell on my side. He's good enough. Oh, mate, I'd love to have a paint session to learn from you, pal. That sounds really good. Let's tee that up. I know, mate, I'm just having a lend. Yeah, I'd be keen for sure, mate. Love a paint. Ah, that is a shame. There is absolutely 100% truth to the statement matte varnish dull your colours. It does. Because a little bit of sateen will make your models' colours read more intense. Correct. It's just a lever that you control. Just because you use a matte varnish doesn't mean that throughout other stages of your paint job you can't continue to add satin finishes to things. It's all possible. All right, so we're at about 4 hours of painting on this chick now. On your buddy. Good to see you back in the game, son. Stay on target. Stay on target! Dude, lady. It's all fine. We can call her dude if we want to. We can leave our friends behind. Yeah. Don't be Porkins, mate. Don't be Porkins. I can't shake it. Yeah, so let's do something right now that should actually make the skin look better. And this is just invariably something I've noticed. But when you don't have eyes painted, everything looks weird. So let's paint some eyes. And the skin texture looks really rough from this angle, or from this close. I'll zoom out in a second and you can see what it looks like a little bit further out. So good fact from Wampa there. I wonder if we should send Lucas a message. You done fucked up, Lucas! Yeah, invariably, faces always seem to look better when you do the eyes. Skin tones, everything just seems to feel a lot more alive. Let's see if I'm right. Probably, mate. Probably true. Hey, Bad Trip. Yeah, I'm using a few of the AK, so I've just sort of started swinging them into my rotation. Ah, thanks, Bunny Chan. You are going to go into the draw this month to win my model that I painted. Woohoo! That's the first thing we'll do. Second thing we'll do is just tweak the skin tones a smidge. Ah, thanks, Benny. Won't be Thursday. I've got to play. Well, I don't have to, but I'm going to be playing some Spirit Island with Sheldo because I haven't played in a couple of weeks. Should be back on Sunday night maybe. Oh, actually no, it's public holiday, so just depend what I'm doing with vids. Tuesday's games night with the boys. We're playing Lords of Hellas tomorrow. Oh yeah, how is your wizard looking, Benny? Send us a fucking picture, mate. I haven't seen it. Well, I haven't really been looking, but... Let's do some feedback for it, champion. Let's get it on the stream. Let's have a look. Let's have a Bo Peep. Oh, I trade! This calls for another glass of cinnamon whiskey! And a free song! Choose your song! Boo, 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 boo. Hype train. Ah, Katy Perry Dark Horse. Interesting choice. Any other nominations? Any other votes? The Butcher of Narn, the new follower. Alright, so that, I agree with you. I agree with you, it looks a little bit crazy, but when you zoom out a bit, right, you don't see as much of that texturing. Oh, thanks, Quias. Nutbush, good choice. Any other options? Oh, Queen. I think maybe we'll go through. Don't Stop Me Now. Smash Mouth All Star. Thanks, Andy the Cyborg. Hey now, you're an all-star. No, shan't be doing that. Alright. Tonight, I'm gonna have myself a real good time. I feel alive, and the world is turning inside out, yeah. Floating around in ecstasy, so don't stop me now. Don't stop me, 'cause I'm having a good time, having a good time. I'm a shooting star racing through the sky like a tiger, defying the laws of gravity. I'm a racing car passing by like Lady Godiva. I'm gonna whoa, 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 there's no stopping me. I'm burning through the sky, yeah. 200 degrees is why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit. I'm traveling at the speed of light. Wanna make a supersonic man out of you. Second verse is better. I'm a rocket ship on my way to Mars on a collision course. I am a satellite. I'm out of control. I'm a sex machine ready to reload like an atom bomb. About to whoa, 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 explode. I'm burning through the sky, yeah. 200 degrees is why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit. I'm traveling at the speed of light. Wanna make a supersonic man of you. Don't stop me, don't stop me. Hey, 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 hey. Don't stop me, don't stop me. Ooh, 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 I like it. Don't stop me, don't stop me. Have a good time, good time. Don't stop me, don't stop me. Oh, karaoke. The ancient art of karaoke. Because I am awful. And nobody wants to hear me sing, mate. Evidently, the people who paid points maybe want to hear me sing. Or invite fucking Bucky, Christina Laker. I'll go to fucking karaoke then. G'day, Sleepy Slang and Shez. Yeah, get Shezzy along too. Yes, I miss her. I miss you, Sherry. Oh, we've got a peach too. What a time for the hype train. Oh, amazing. Little baby peach. Hey. Meow, meow, meow. Hey. Hey, come here. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Yeah, hey. You alright? Meow, 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 meow. What have you been up to? You smell nice. Are you staying at someone else's house? You are, aren't you? You are. You're the worst. You got food? I don't have any. I gotta. Someone remind me to buy fucking food for my cat, please. I've only got this stuff that you don't like, mate. There you go. Eat that. I've got to buy some wet food. She loves fucking wet food. And I keep forgetting to buy it for her. Sorry, mate. Do you want some cinnamon whiskey? She doesn't want cinnamon whiskey. Oh, peaches. Lovely to see you, Cat. Yeah, great day with the Nugget today. He's having a good time. Yeah! Choo choo choo! Choo 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 choo! We really need to do this war paint stuff, hey? Yeah, I gotta fucking do it. I just keep forgetting. Oh, she's literally gone. Out the door. Sorry, mate. She's filthy, aren't you? Absolutely filthy, aren't you, Peaches? Sorry, mate. Ah, Azar 8020, what's going on, you fucking legend? It's Party Monday, mate. Crack a beer. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself a beverage. I haven't heard Justin Bieber's song Peach. And if we're really, really lucky, I never will. What's happening over in the beautiful state of Western Australia, mate? How's lockdown travelling? Try not to get condensation on your paint job, friends. Never works out all that well. Mate, you're right. I'm right there with you. Everyone's like, oh my God, how'd you cope with lockdown? So it was the best 3 days of my life. I had a rock solid excuse for not having to go to social functions. I got to stay at home and paint toy soldiers. Glorious. No, kiddos, we can't because of lockdown. Oh, Mum. Which absolutely isn't to devalue the difficulty some people had with going through that experience. But I was not one of those people. Felt like a party. G'day, Cough Lugies. Cough Lugies. G'day, mate. Yeah, I hear you. 3 days off would be nice. G'day, follow a friend. I can't pronounce that, sorry mate. But if you tell me how to pronounce it, I will happily do my best. We're going to decide really soon whether we're going to go crazy. Oh, thanks, mate. See you, Stevie. Have a great day at work tomorrow. I don't like don't like the eyes. They need to be brown. Or maybe even just, I'll just do them black actually. Because yeah, I'm not sure, mate. It's just this weird thing I've observed. Like your eyes, the eyes just, they're what makes the face read as a face. And so without them, you really struggle to get a sense of all those volumes. I have heard that actually. I think I might have said it myself on occasion. This is par for the course, by the way, friends, on eyes. I change my mind multiple times on eyes usually. And then I fuck them like 5 times over as well. It's a bit better. Cool. You win some, you lose some, eh? Yeah, I've always found with eyes, when I do them, you need to really create contrast in a small space. You need to have almost a black eye, than a really sort of pale white. You never go white in that spot, it looks wrong. Use a grey in there, and then a really, like a clearly defined circle around the iris, bright colour, black dot, white dot. Yeah. On the eyelids, yeah, it is strong. Yep. Cause you gotta have faith, the faith, the faith. I gotta have faith. Well, I guess it would be nice if you would trust your painter. I know that he has done this quite a few times. And if a transition looks bright, before I put my glaze on, you need to calm your farm guy, cause I'll get it right. Might have to stay off the cinnamon whiskies for a bit. What about me? It isn't fair. Ben's had enough, now he wants his share. Let me have a look at your wizard. I forgot about that. Potato just forgets to look at Ben's wizard. What about the wizard? So there's two things you're doing that I like. One is you're taking a lot more time than me. And that's a good thing. And the second is I really like that you're pushing yourself every time. Very nice. Eyes, Ben. Very nice. Tidy stuff. Good tones in the skin. How's the hyper zoom, eh? Look at hyper zoom. Here's what I like. You can very comfortably see each of these areas, individual elements, but these two colours, the beard and the green, they're too similar in saturation for me, and I think this is one thing I've seen in your pieces recently, is you've got this this very desaturated sort of colour thing coming through, and I feel like you need to maybe vary that up with some more saturated colours. Now, this may not be the best one to do that. I don't like that leather at all. This may not be the best model to do it on, right? But the skin tone, you've got some real saturation in there, which is why it stands out from the rest, right? You can see when you look at it from back here that it pops. It's because you've got those saturated reds, the colours in the skin tone. But when you look at the beard beside the green, you really struggle to see the shift. So let's have a look. Yeah, the beard's a weak point at the moment, but I'm guessing it's not finishing. If it is, it's shit house. Let's have a look at these glasses. Alright. I mean, I think it's, as I've said to you before, mate, I think the stuff you're doing recently is fantastic, and like how much time you're spending on it, which is great. Oh, g'day Nat. Thanks for my Curse City, mate. How are you? These are yeah, the leather's a miss for me in general. I don't like the leather at all. The glass, so when you look at it like this, you always go, oh, that's fucking shit. When you look at it here, it sort of is okay, but you haven't quite nailed those transitions yet. And I think probably what you need to do is just bring a little bit more grey back in there, so the overall colour is a bit more grey, and then pop more of those whites, but just be really, really like absolutely pure white straight on there. Because at the moment, I don't think you've got it pure enough. It doesn't reflect like glass. But yeah, This is making me want to paint this model now, you know. That's not finished, but yeah, this is another example of the saturation and the colours in the skin tone, but when you look at the other ones, you're losing the colour. I think what the leather, again, it's that saturation piece where the leather is the same sort of values and saturation as the greens, which is the same sort of values and saturation as the leather on the arm, on the wraps, on the bandage, and on the beard. The only thing that's got that saturation element is that face, which is why it's a humdinger. So, but yeah, I like it, man. I think you're in a good space right now and pushing yourself and doing some good stuff. So, bully for you, mate. Well, everyone, go follow Evelina. Do a shout out to someone. Do you stream on here, Nat? What's word of the day? Hashtag today's word of the day. Today's word of the day can be auto-defenestration. Saturation's a good word too. I'm more inclined to go auto-defenestration personally. Did you? I don't imagine that would have been an enjoyable experience. Well, I hope you come back, get it done. We can stream some Curse City boxes together. Let's do it. It doesn't sound like a great time, really, does it? What about me? It isn't fair. I've had enough now. I want my share. Can't you see? I wanna live, but you just take more than you give. about my neighbors. Alright. Cool. We might finish up for the night there, friendos. At the time we grew strong, they made us work for too long for unreasonable hours. Let's do a quick varnish. Seal off tonight's work. What a great day. What a great day. What a great stream. Hope you've all had a good time. I know I certainly have. No, Ergly, you're the king of Finland. Ah, yes, yes, indeed. It's always good to catch me. Unfortunately, I have to catch myself all the time, every day. It's not as good. The world's biggest pest. Oh, it's a party Monday, friends. How can you not have a great day, party Monday? Had a glorious stream. We're making great progress. We're making too much progress actually on this model because fuck me sideways. Still got a fair way to go before we can paint Camelot. So I'm gonna have to fucking do another model on stream soon. Well, I used the wrong black, I think. That's not ideal. One of my Vallejo blacks has been sitting there for a long time, and so it dries shiny. I have to do a fucking Chimera black over the top. Assuming I can find my Chimera black. My Chimera black. Good. No, look, I do normally use Chimera black for just about everything. Every now and then I use a Vallejo black because I want something that's a bit thicker, a bit more substance. So I was using that in this instance because I just wanted to quickly cover over that, but unfortunately it's left me with this shiny glossy look, so we're going to have to switch it over to the black. Is Bunny Chan your misso, Ben? You have my sincerest apologies, Bunny Chan, for putting up with that peanut. Storm, like the X-Men. That is a great name. Oh no, she's lost her hand. If it wasn't just blue tucked on there, I'd be worried. Well, you have my commiserations anyway. The guy's a fucking peanut. Alright, very good. Let's, we nearly lost the hand. Could have been suboptimal. Just put the hand back on. Do a quick varnish. And then we can find some motherfucker to raid! It's a beautiful Monday night. Raid. A little Australian call back there. How bad's my hair looking tonight, by the way? 6 hours of TI right there. Came home, had some Guzman and Gomez for dinner. Got on painted some models. True. Oh yes, GYG. Feels so good. Alright, well, maybe we should just quickly knock up a vote for next stream, or I'll probably paint this again next stream. Do we tuck into some Curse City models next stream, you reckon? Yeah, she's not finished yet. We'll do the war paint. We'll definitely do war paint, and there'll be other bits and pieces. I need to do more on the feathers and stuff, because that came out awful. My intent there. So, oh, thanks, Nat. All right, we'll put Lydia in the vote. You're going in the draw to win that model up there that I've got just above me. If you stand by for one moment, I'll grab it out. Yeah, mate, I do pretty regularly actually. On Monday night, 7 to 10 or 6:30 to 9:30, usually 7 to 10 roughly. Wednesday nights, usually around the same. Sometimes start a little bit later. So that'll be 5 to 8 for you. Saturday nights I usually stream, don't always. But and then Sunday mornings 9 to good job on the back there, didn't I? Well, next month's giveaway is going to be these bad boys. These wood elves from Underworlds. So that's next month's giveaway. And then I think the month after is going to be this walrus dude if I finish him. I've got to find time to finish him. Get around to it. And here's my vampires I painted the other day on the stream. Oh, broke them. Whoops. Yeah, vampires. Woo. Raw fury. Yes. Well, I don't think I'm going to give these away. I'll probably sell these. Or maybe keep them and play games with them. Don't know. I've puttied in the bases, so they're really nice to play with. That's great stuff, isn't it? Alright, let's look through the little kitty bag and see what we've got to do. I actually did. I've got to paint this guy out for my boss. So maybe I'll do that. He's coming up in 3 weeks. 3 weeks is enough time to paint 3 models probably. So we're going to do Lydia. What about Kane the Vampire, Lydia? Do a thing with them. Uther. Eldarian, who are you? Oh yeah, you're the wolf. Yep. What about... Alright. Valkyrie from Beyond, Adriel. Number 1. Kane the Vampire from Carol Rudick, number 2. Lydia, Nico Galaxy, number 3. And Eldarian, number 4, Black Crow. Let's do a little poll right now. Oh, come on, guys, you're killing me. I haven't even put my poll up yet. Can you calm down? Alright. What model should Dano paint next on stream? Lydia, Nico, Galaxy, Kane, Carol, Rudik, Eldarian, Black Crow, Adriel, Beyond Miniatures. Create poll. Excellent. Here we go. Knock yourselves out, friends. That's gonna. We'll probably finish that next time. You got to read what you typed, mate. How else would you know that you typed it? All right, let's have a little look at how we ended up. Just gonna bend her a bit forward. That's better. All right. Thoughts, questions, comments? She's textured. I like the texture. Can't paint smooth if my life depended on it. I'm probably not going to do too much more with the skin. Maybe some tones. Kane's this big boy, this big vampire bust with this face and the skull. This is the card. He looks like, but he doesn't have the cape. Yeah, he's a sick model. Love him. The pot. I haven't finished that yet. The stuff in the pot, because I haven't decided what colour I want it to be. I was leaning towards white. Look, I'm going to do something fun. I'm just going to grab Raymond's piece. Let's have a look. Still side by side, compare. So see how he's got significantly less contrast in the face than I do. I have this tendency to just bang so much contrast in there. It's just crazy. Yeah, his feathers look good. I ought to do something like that for my feathers. Yeah, thanks, Paul. I'm not sure I'm in agreement with that, but yeah, we're gonna do some more work next stream, which is Wednesday night, and see if we can get close to finishing her off. Yeah, great headband. Maybe we should add some dots. Fucking dots. It's interesting, the tones. Variation in tones. Very warm. It's very cold. Got a lot of warmth in the skin. This is sort of reverse, warmth in the things, but then a colder skin tone, more green. That's a good angle of her face, actually. That's more her angle. He told me how he did that. He got a toothpick, trimmed down a toothpick, and he just dotted each one with a toothpick. Paint, toothpick, paint, toothpick, paint, toothpick, paint, toothpick. That's the only way he was able to create that same consistency. And I believe he did the toothpick in white, or a white light colour, and then went over it. Anyway, another example of plinth size choice, very similar size. That's quite interesting actually. Yeah, mine seems very angry, which is pretty cool. Do love an angry woman. Should meet my girlfriend. I'd be angry too if I had to put up with my shit. Yeah, I have probably too much contrast. Compare, I mean, I can do smooth and I can do less contrast, but even then on this face, like you see, there's still a lot of contrast in that face, even in the shadows of that. Interesting. It's just style, right? It's just everyone's got different styles. I'm not trying to copy Raymond's. It's just nice to compare and to see different approaches to things. And he's got more redness in the nose than mine does. I've actually got more green in the nose. So, all right, let us find someone to raid, friends. Whom shall we raid? Hey everyone, Nat's the fucking legend who got me Cursed City, so you can all thank her for getting to see me paint Cursed City models on stream. Because she's a fucking jet. Yeah, pupil placement is actually like really interesting. How much it can impact on the model, like what direction the eyes are looking, like just looking up, looking down, left to right. It's crazy how much it can impact. How big you make the pupils, how small, just changes the emotion. Miniature figures. Oh. All right. Here we go. Nalind is on. Hobby Room's on. What's the Hobby Room? Have I rated that guy before? I'm not sure if I have.
Contrary to appearances, I don't actually hate Kerry to make her do this.
Have we rated the Hobby Room?
You hate me, Caragon. This is one of those things that's just going to be really therapeutic to just keep cracking on.
Paul. I don't think we have rated. She's got 120 viewers though, so maybe we should see if we can find someone who has less viewers. Some dude's cooking food. What a champion. J.R.W. Smith is painting a Silent Sister Superior. Gus the Hutt is painting Bellicor.
He didn't tell me, to be fair, Caragon didn't say that he wanted every single scale painted. That one's mine, that's my doing.
I think I've definitely rated Nalind before. Let's have a look at Gus the Hutt. Oh, he's doing some interesting stuff. He's doing some dry brushing.
What do we think of the green Caragon?
He's got a head like a dropped pie though. Me and him should not be streaming.
You can say you hate it.
Look, the later matte medium, and I've got the.
Oh, that's a Kiwi.
The retarded
Monday night piano and chat. Kiwi J.R.W. Smith. It is my privilege and pleasure to come and raid you. Kiwi, see you, Nat.
Yeah, I'm lucky at the moment in that I've got another. Yeah, on hand I've got another 20 cloaks.
Ah, friends, it's been a glorious stream. Thank you all. We're going to go raid J.R.W. Smith, painting a Sister Superior. He's a Kiwi. Let's all give him some curry for his accent brews. Kia ora. I'll buy cat food, thank you. I'll send myself a text. You're all champions. See you Wednesday if you join. Bye-bye.
This was Sybarite underneath, so I could always put Course Master Green under. Have it really dry.
These, yeah, I might use it on some of the spacemen and stuff. But... Oh, Big Dino, wow! The man himself. Holy shit, Big Dino, I'm so... Wow, man, thank you so much. That's awesome, dude. How did your stream go?